Hey guys, I am going to, hey Tiffany, I'm gonna wait a couple seconds, see if anybody hops on. As you're hopping on, say hi. Hey guys. So today well, you guys know that with all the new people that have been joining the team this week, I wanted to do like a crash course on everything. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I am going to be doing trainings on different subjects. Hey guys. So today I am going to be talking about PRV because really that is the base of this business, the most important thing, and I wanted to be able to talk about it. I wanted to talk about things that work for me, things that I've been doing, to help you guys get started on the right foot. And if you are some of those who would like to relaunch your party or relaunch your business, maybe you had a slow start, maybe it was just bad timing and you just didn't really take off like you had wanted to, this is your chance to listen to these videos and do the things to get yourself going again. PRV is one of my strongest points in this business. I haven't always been this high of a PRVer, but I have evolved, I have grown, I have learned from myself, I have learned from other leaders. So there's things that I can share with you because I average about the same PRV every month. And it's because I'm consistent. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Well, before I get started, I wanted to first mention that I realize that we are all here for different reasons. When you clicked that hey Marie, when you click that join button, we all did it for different reasons. We're not all here to take over the world. We're not all here for the same thing. Some of us are hobbyists. Some of us just wanted some extra income for certain things, maybe each month. Some people just was looking for vacation money. Some people just want to have fun. And that's okay. It doesn't matter why you're here, but it is important to know how to get PRV when you need it and when you want it. Because this is the foundation of your business, is how to get PRV. I'm just here to help you and to help teach you so you can grow if you want to. All right, so PRV, those of you that are brand new, PRV is personal retail volume. So you're going to hear that a lot. We're going to be talking about PRV. Really, that just means your sales. So when you have one PRV, that is $1, they are equivalent to each other. So, but we usually talk in terms of PRV. So, the one thing that I want to start off with, I am passionate in my PRV. I am passionate when I talk about these things because these things truly work for me. And I think that radiates, and it's really important whenever you're talking to your customers and you're talking to your friends that you are showing how passionate you are about this, because that is going to make them curious. They're going to want to know what it is that makes you so excited. I know that was one thing when I first started. I only started as a hobbyist. I just wanted to get free Scentsy, but I still worked to collect orders each month. And whenever I talked about Scentsy, that was one thing that my friends mentioned to me, is that I literally radiate Scentsy. They could tell that I truly loved it, and that's contagious. So keep that in mind whenever you are starting to try to get these orders and you're trying to talk to people and you're trying to increase your PRV. Just the way you talk about it is contagious, and it makes people interested. It makes people want to buy from you because they want to know what it is that makes you so happy. So that is one thing that I have always been told, because I truly love this stuff. It makes me happy. Everybody loves smell goods, and they can just tell. The number 3 thing, I have another list, guys, so bear with me. The biggest thing, and you're going to hear me say it all the time, is consistency. Consistency is so important. I get asked all the time, how do I have high PRV? How is it that you're only on the 4th of the month and you have high PRV? You know why? Because I'm consistently doing what I'm doing. You can't, and I know I've mentioned this 100 times, you can't expect to post one day and then 3 weeks later post again and expect to get orders. It just doesn't work that way. People notice when you're consistent. When you are consistently doing this and you're consistently doing that, that's when people notice. You have to be consistent. If you don't consistently talk to people and you don't consistently work, then you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle to get those last minute orders. You're going to struggle to get enough orders to get enough in your party to close it out. You will struggle, I promise you. So everything, if you don't take away, if you don't walk away with anything, just walk away with the fact that you know that consistency is super important. Follow-ups. Follow-ups are so important. Mail outs are important. The reason why I say that is because you want to give your customers a reason to choose you. So when I follow up with someone, I'm following up asking them about what I sent them. When I send out thank yous and mail outs, I make sure that every single order that goes through my workstation gets a thank you. It doesn't matter if it's just a card. I started off with just a card. It could be a scent circle that you're mailing them. But if they feel appreciated, they will be back. And I'm going to tell you a quick little story, one that usually sticks with me. And there's been a lot of examples, but this is the one that I'm very proud of. It's been a year or two since this has happened. But I actually had a customer, I actually work with her, and she decided that she was going to start ordering during one summer. She was ordering from someone up in Maryland. And the reason why she was doing that was because her husband knew the person, and she was just trying to make her husband happy because he wanted her to support the friends. And so she did. And it was probably all summer long. Well, I happened to see her in the fall, and she had told me what had happened. She told me, you know, I got to tell you something, because she had just ordered from me finally. And she goes, I was ordering from this person that my husband wanted me to order from, and you know that she never reached out and thanked me one time. I ordered from her, never heard from her, and that stuck with her. And she told me it really didn't matter. Like, she didn't expect anything, but the fact that she didn't feel appreciated made her not want to buy from her. And that's why she came back to me. So that has always stuck with me, because I realize that it is important, the impressions that we're giving our customers. It doesn't take much. Based on how much they order, I might throw a bar in there, I'll do a scent circle or whatnot. But the fact is that this is our chance with follow-ups and mail-outs and thank yous. This is our chance to make ourselves stand out from any other consultant. So that is really important. Know your product. That's another one, number 5. Know your product. I don't know how many times that I see consultants try to answer questions, and if you truly don't know what you're talking about, it's obvious. Whenever those of you who are just joining us and you're getting your training guides, or there's a PDF file on the workstation, make sure you guys are going through it. Make sure you guys are reading over it. There is a book if you don't have it. Those who are joined with the $20 kit may not have this coming with your kit, but it's $2 in your workstation. So next time you go to close out a party, make sure you grab one, because it's so useful. It's like a little Bible. I did not pull one out to show you, but I probably should have. But when you open it up, it literally will talk about, like, it'll have a page for the diffuser, and it tells you about all the things that diffuser will do. The oils, how they work, what you can do with them, pods, how long they last, things like that. You need to make sure that you educate yourself on these products, because you want yourself to look like you know what you're talking about. Like, you're not going to go buy something from someone who goes, well, let me go ask someone, I'm not really sure, because then they're not going to want to buy from you. Also, I did not write this down, but make sure that you're using the product, because that's another way that you're going to learn how to sell it. If you don't know about the Scentsy Club, make yourself a Scentsy Club. Add some stuff to the Scentsy Club. Learn how it works. If you don't know about our hand creams, guys, start using it. So that way you can tell them why you love it. Because when you're talking about it, you can tell if someone doesn't really know and they're not using the product. Laundry is a big one. Laundry is a big one. Guys, get yourself a tub of whiffs, use them. So that way you're able to glorify why they need to have those whiffs, why they're so amazing. So make sure you guys know your product. Make sure you guys are using the product, because think about it. If you are not using these products, then why do you expect your customers to use them? Think about that. Number 6, stories. Stories and videos and lives have been big for me. I want to say I started using them last year when COVID first started. I have seen a big difference with using my stories, because I have my VIP page. That is where I do most of my business. That's where I do most of my sharing. That's where I do all the things. But I also use my stories, because the stories, I'm reaching a broader range of people who maybe normally not buy Scentsy, but they see one warmer or one buddy that they just have to have for themselves or for somebody else. So I do reach my new customer base by using my stories. And I don't mean posting flyers. I mean actually posting real life photos of you using them, and not really being intentional, not really saying, here's a diffuser, it's $140. Like, I'm talking showing them me using my diffuser, turning it on and letting it go. That way it catches people's attention. So that way they can see it in action. And the more you do it, people are going to catch on, and they're going to want that too. Number 7. Please don't depend on Facebook. Guys, I don't know how many times I'm told, oh, well, I post the exact same thing you did and I just can't get any sales. And it's because just because I'm posting on Facebook, I don't want you guys to think that everybody's flocking to my website and placing orders. That's not how it works. I post pictures and I post about Scentsy to plant seeds about Scentsy. I don't expect to get a ton of orders from that post. I don't expect when I post something that I'm going to end up having an inbox full of, oh, you just got an order. That's not how it works. For example, I'm going to tell you this example. There for a while, I got really discouraged about Facebook. I was posting, I was kind of depending on Facebook, and it wasn't until, again, I was at work and no one had really liked on my picture, and I was just kind of like feeling like maybe I was doing something wrong. And I saw one of my friends and she goes, hey, I saw that warmer that you posted like a week or two ago, and I meant to tell you I want to order it. And that's when it made me realize that it's the face-to-face contact, guys. It is the communication and the connections that you have with your customers. So use Facebook, post on Facebook. But if you don't get likes and you don't get comments, I don't want you to quit. Because I want you to know that you are planting those seeds and you're putting that image in their head. They may not have acted on it, but they are watching and they are aware of what you have. And as long as you're still being friendly in public, and when you see people and you're talking to them and mentioning Scentsy, or somehow Scentsy gets brought up, you will sell. It is so important for you guys to be making the connections with people, not depending on Facebook, but to actually have the face-to-face contact. My number 8 is a big, I hate flyers. So that is what I wrote for number 8. Guys, please don't use flyers. Flyers don't sell. Yes, we use the ones for Disney because those are the ones that we're allowed to use unless we have real life photos. Be authentic, be real, Be yourself. If you have to copy some real photos from somebody else, do it. Flyers are tacky. Be honest with yourself. When you're on Facebook and you're scrolling and you're seeing some of your other direct sales friends and they're just posting flyers with their link, what are you going to do? You're going to scroll on past that. I know I do. I hate that. The only time that I really ever post my link is if something is just launching right then and there and I'm like, now available while supplies last. But don't always post your link. That is like putting in their face all the time. I think it's tacky. I don't do that. A lot of times I'll post a picture of a buddy. If they are interested and they want to know where that came from, they will write you. And that happens. I get people all the time who are like, hey, that Stitch buddy, that was adorable. Where'd you get that? I'm like, oh, well, I sell it. So please don't use flyers. When I tell people to use their stories and I see them going and getting a flyer and putting it up there, it's so tacky because stories are supposed to be about you and your real life. I know it might be uncomfortable for some people. Some people aren't very comfortable with sharing things that they're doing. You don't have to share your life. You don't have to. You can choose what you want to share. I choose to share when my dogs. I love my dogs and I think they're adorable and I put them in my stories and I get a lot of attention with them. I share the fact that I homeschool my son. Usually Monday through Thursday, there's something in there about homeschooling. Here we go again, or something. Like, my people know what to expect pretty much in my stories. I choose to share certain parts of my life in there. I don't have my whole life on there. I don't want people to know my whole life. So I want you to know that if you're uncomfortable about sharing, you can choose what you want to share in your stories. You don't have to be personal on there. You don't have to. But people are interested in your life. People are interested in you. People are interested in what you're using or what you're putting in your warmers when you change them out. I actually was meaning to put me changing my warmers this morning and I didn't. But it's the simple things like that that you can do to share with your customers so they can see that you're using them. And then they'll get used to you doing them every other day or every third day. So that way they can kind of learn how often it is that they should be doing it. So please do not use flyers. Flyers don't work. I think it's tacky. To me, it's salesy. And I know a lot of you guys think about feeling insecure about feeling salesy. And to me, flyers are salesy. So stay away from them. There's going to be times where you use them, but stay away from them if you can. And don't put them in your stories. Don't put them in your stories. Share real lives. Share your real life stuff. Number 9. Number 9, the best way that you're going to grow, the hands down best way that you will grow in this business is by having parties. Hands down. Because having parties is your way of reaching outside of your inner circle. You can only sell to these group of people in your inner circle so much before they stop buying as much. You're going to burn and exhaust your connections. Okay? So having parties is the way to go. Is it easy to get a party? No, it's not easy. I know it's not easy. I don't always have a party either, but there's ways that you can get parties. You can have an incentive. You can offer the perpetual reward as a reward. You can say, hey, have a party and you can gift them a mini warmer and pay $10 instead of the 20. Guys, make sure you are having parties because that is how you will branch outside of your circle. I've gotten recruits from having parties and I never would have met them if it wasn't for those parties. I have gained some of my best loyal customers from parties. Whenever somebody's interacting with me in a party, I add them as a friend. I ask them if I can add them as a friend. If someone orders, you best darn bet I'm going to add them as a friend because I want to make sure that I can connect with them in the future and send them a thank you gift. Parties is the way to go. I've gotten recruits from it and everything. That is how you're going to break outside of your circle. As long as you're doing follow-ups with those people in those parties and you are connecting with them and you're not necessarily being so salesy, you're going to become friends. You're going to have connections. You're going to add them to your VIP and they're always going to be there. So when people ask me, how do you have so much PRV? It's because I'm always growing. I'm always growing my customer base. I'm always getting orders from new people. And I will tell you right now, I don't have a lot of parties. I don't have a lot of parties anymore because I've gotten to the point where I'm finding other ways to meet people, and I am following up, and they're sending me their friends because I'm treating them so well by my follow-ups and my mail-outs that they refer their best friends to me. They refer their people to me. So then I'm able to just keep growing and growing and growing, because customer service, if you're making them happy, they will be back. They will be back. And there's been times where I've seen one of my customers shop from a different consultant, or over here, you know what? That is okay, because in the back of my mind, I know they're going to be back. They always come back because I treat my customers really well. They're going to see, I try to make myself stand out. They're going to come back. I know they're going to come back, and I'm okay if they shop with someone else. Number 10, don't be afraid to take those testers with you. Pick up that kit and go places with it, guys. Do not be afraid. I usually would have something in my bag, something in my purse, something that I would be able to share, because I hate whenever I'm asked for something and I'm not prepared. So I try to always be prepared. At work, I always have my testers in my locker. I'm always having someone ask me if I have this or I have that because they were curious and wanted to smell it. Guys, always be prepared. Please don't think that you are being pushy because you're carrying those testers to work with you, or you're carrying them to a doctor's appointment, or, heck, I had one of my sons, I even forgot about this and just dawned on me, but my son started seeing this doctor during COVID, and she realized, because of my shirt, I was branding myself, and she realized that I sold Scentsy, and she wanted to smell. She was curious, what is Scentsy? And I told her what it was, and it just so happened I had a catalog. Guys, be prepared. Be prepared for that. Have a catalog in there. Have a couple scent circles. Have your cards on you. So that way, if you don't have your bag of testers, you still have some information that you're able to give, so that way they can come back to you later on. Don't be afraid. Dinner dates, get-togethers, family reunions, Easter, we just had Easter. We're going to have Memorial Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, these things. Make sure you take your testers, because if they can't smell it, they're not going to buy it. They're not going to buy it. Even if they don't even intend on buying that very second, let them smell everything. Let them write down their favorite scent. So that way later on down the road, then they know what they like. I do this all the time, especially at work. They're like, oh, I'm not going to buy it. That's okay. I'm okay with not getting an order from you. But I'm always telling them, write a list of everything that you like, so you know that you like that scent. So next time if something comes out and it catches your eye, you know you'll like it. And get to know your customers' favorite smells. If you know you have someone who really likes manly smells, and the new Darth Vader one that just came out, the Dark Side, that's a manly smell. Be like, girl, I'm telling you, you like that one scent, you're going to like this one. Get to know your customers. That is one thing also that I'm pretty good with, is remembering different scents that people like, because as they repeat and they buy it over and over and over, you'll start remembering what it is that they like. Ask for referrals. Guys, I'm thinking about, I had cards out too. I can always post it on the team page, but you can make referral cards. You can have something like that you can put in their order that says something like brag, tag, me on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Do something like that, and then maybe there's a reward in there for you. This is kind of like a personal special, so you can't just advertise that on Facebook, but you can slide a card or something in their bag, so that encourages them to tag you. Because when they tag you, then their friends are going to see it, and they're going to see that they're happy with it. So that's a way for referrals. If you are just treating them well, they're going to refer people to you anyways. If they love the way you do things, they're going to refer them. That's like the best thing about this business, is that people refer people to me. And if they do, and that person they refer to me orders, then I make sure I thank them with something. I'll send them a baggie of samples, or I'll send them some goodies or something. It doesn't even have to be much of anything, but the fact that you've sent something, period, makes them happy and makes them excited because you didn't have to do that. Events, I do have events on my sheet, just because that is one thing that did help me get going as well. I was able to, again, face-to-face contact. I was able to reach outside of my circle. I have met some loyal customers that way. One of my best customers who buys my scent bags each month, and we've become really good friends. I met her, she was another vendor in a different booth. Like this is just a good way to meet people. When you start getting in, now that things are opening up, people are having events. I do encourage them if you can get into them. Standing out front of your tent and talking to people and just being enthusiastic. People are going to come in, people are going to shop, and I can actually do a whole training on events because I used to do so many of them. I don't want to do any more. It is a lot of work, and but I definitely can do that if you guys are interested because I have found a lot of good things that have worked for me. My last thing, I saved the best thing for last, is the thing that gets me PRV. Is my scent bags. And those of you guys who are brand new, I'm gonna talk about them a little bit because this has been my saving grace. A lot of people say, I've tried to do these scent bags, I can't get people to get them. What do you do? What do you do differently? Guys, you know what I did? I didn't give up. Whenever I started my scent bags, I think the first month I might have had 2 or 3. And then the second month I had probably 6. And then the next month after that, I might have gotten to 13. Okay, so you see where I'm going here? Mine wasn't really a fast acting thing. It really took time to build. I got discouraged because, of course, when you do parties or whenever you submit orders, you have to have a $200 party to close it out. And I wasn't even at that point with my bags. So I was piggybacking on with different orders and things to make it happen. But guys, it's being consistent. That is exactly why my bags are thriving. I'm up to about 105 bags now a month. For those of you who don't know what they are, back when I had first started, I was probably into this about, I don't know, 7 months, and I had hit lead consultant, and I was worried. I was worried on how I was going to hit my $500 a month in leadership because I was scared. I was like, I don't even know. It was a May, and usually summer months were slower months, which we're proving that wrong. That's not like that anymore because COVID has made things crazy good with sales, with Scentsy. But I was really worried. So I was really trying to find a way that I could, A, get things in people's hands that they have never tried before, and B, I needed my sales up. I needed to be able to put products in a party and sell it. So scent bags. Scent bags is what I did. They're mystery bags. People ask me all the time, why do you only do $10? I do $10 scent bags. I charge tax. Yes, I do all that stuff. And the reason why is because everybody can afford it. So many times when I said I do not do higher price points because when you start pushing and doing higher ones, people just can't fork out $20 faithfully every month. People can't just do $25 and $50 or $40 or whatever your price point is. $10 works. Now, I do occasionally do upgrades. I will do an upgrade and they can, for a higher price point, and they'll pick that occasionally, but I always have a whole handful of people who can't. Because I've been told by my customers the only reason that they can do them each month like that is because they can give up having a coffee or 2 a month, and they enjoy getting these bags because it's like a little present. It's something for them to look forward to. It is very helpful. Guys, start low. If you want to do something like this, I can do a whole other training on scent bags. I would be more than happy to share the love and knowledge that I have gotten with these scent bags. But I stick with my $10 because I know my people can afford it. Then I get the question of, well, what about products? You know, how do you put and make it different? Guys, you can make it different. There is so many products that is less than $10 a piece that you can put in these bags to make them great. You can. And my customers love it. Like I said, I am up to 105 now that I do it. I have been doing them for about 2.5 years now, and it's taken me a long time to get that build up, but now I get people who will buy 2, 3, and they send them to their family members as gifts. Sometimes they'll buy them as like I'm thinking of you gifts, Mother's Day gifts, birthday gifts. Like not that they're only doing $10 for them, but it's like an extra little surprise for their family members. So my scent bags have literally been my saving grace. Because now think about it, $10 a bag, I'm doing 100, that's $1,000 PRV right there. And that's how I start my month off, is having 1,000 PRV, because I put that order in on the 1st. And it's a nice relief off of my shoulders, because I can start the month fresh knowing that I've already got my PRV in. I'm halfway to my goal. My goal every single month is 2,000, because I want that extra 5% of commissions. You get $2,000 a month, you're going to get that extra commissions. Plus, we talked about this yesterday. Whenever you sell, and I probably should have said this yesterday, when you get $2,000 in 1 month, you are going to get a little charm for hitting that. So each month that you get 2,000 PRV, it has a little 2 on there. That means for 2,000, you're going to get a charm, and it's cute. It's not fancy, but it's cute. So anyways, the biggest thing, I guess that's all I really have left to say. The biggest thing in this is being consistent. Being consistent, being positive, it makes you radiate. You can tell when someone knows what they're talking about. You can tell when someone's happy and excited about it. That's going to draw people in. People, when you're happy and you're excited and you're going in your story and you're sharing your journey and you're doing these things, people are curious. People are watching. Trust me, people are watching. Does anybody have any questions? I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch me. I definitely want to help you guys. This is something that I am very, very strong in, so I definitely can help you. If you need any help, shoot me a message and I can help you with ideas. I can help you with coming up with bundles in your VIP. I can help you with anything, really, any ideas. But you got to make sure that if you are willing to take your kid around with you, if you're willing to take those testers to work, if you're willing to share Scentsy, you will thrive. You will. But you have to do it, because if you don't open your mouth, you don't talk about it, guess what? Somebody else is, like me, I'm going to be screaming from the rooftops that we have something new launching. And if you're not advertising it, guys, they're going to come buy it from me. They're going to come buy from your neighbor who sells it. If you don't open your mouth, somebody else will. That comes with sponsoring. That comes with PRV. That comes with all kinds of things. If people, you know how many times people will talk about, well, my neighbor used to sell it. And I'm like, girl, your neighbor still sells it. I know for a fact that she still sells it. But you know what? They don't share it, so people don't know. People don't know. If people don't know, they're not going to buy from you. You have to open your mouth. You have to share. You have to be willing to, if you want to grow in this. If you don't, that is okay. Everybody's here for a different reason. If you want to just buy from yourself, or if you want to just buy and to make a couple little extra bucks, fine, that is okay too. But I just want you to know that if you aren't open about it and you're not sharing, you're not letting people see it, then people aren't going to remember and people aren't going to know to buy from you. Okay? That's the same when something launches. If you're not sharing that something's launching, like I'm going to tell you this real quick. A couple little things I want to tell you, because I feel like when I tell you little tidbits that maybe it'll sink in and that people are like, oh, that's so true. So one time Back at the very beginning, I was trying really hard to get parties. It was in January after Christmas. No one wanted to party, but you know what? That didn't stop me. I still asked people because we had Bring Back My Bars in January. And I offered this girl, that's when we had double host rewards that month. It was some kind of special. And I messaged her. And she was actually one of people I went to high school with a long time ago up in Maryland. And I wrote her and I said, girl, I was like, we have double host rewards. Let's have a party. And I talked a little bit with her and she came back. She goes, listen, I have a Scentsy consultant. I just don't feel right. I said, oh, whoa, you know, because I'm not here to take anybody's customers. If you have your own consultant, that is fine. But she goes, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give her a chance to offer this to me because I've not seen her post about it. And you're talking, this is already a week into the month or whatever. And she goes, I've not seen her post about it. She didn't offer me this. And I tell you what, she gave her about a week and she came back. She goes, you know what? Let's do it. Let's have a party. And we had the party and she was one of my first breakthroughs because in that party is when I met my very first recruit that got me to lead. And then some of these people are still on the team. Then it led me to another boss babe, You see where I'm going here? So I would never have landed that party if I didn't ask her. And you're never gonna know if you don't ask. And I never would have landed that party, but that other consultant didn't work her business like I did, so she didn't know. See how important that is? It is so important to share. There's a way of being pushy and there's a way of sharing and just asking. I'm not talking about cold messaging. I hate cold messaging, and every time someone does that to me, I either leave it on read or I reply back and say, I'm sorry, I don't respond to cold messaging. I don't like it. But guys, make sure you are sharing, make sure you're talking about, make sure you are showing your customers that you are all about Scentsy, because when you do and you start consistently doing it, people will see it, people will want to join you, people are going to party with you, people are going to order from you. Because one thing that I have been told, when they think of Scentsy, they think of me. And I'm honored. Like, I'm honored. That is something that I want, because I want that always to be in their head. If they forget about this person being consultant and this one and this one and this one, if I can at least get that piece of from somebody of them saying, hey, when I think of Jen Brandt, I think of Scentsy, and that makes me happy. That makes me happy. I'm happy to be the crazy wax lady. I am hands down proud of that. So anyways, I hope this helps. I really want you guys to hit the ground running. I know there's a lot of information, but guys, be consistent. As long as you're being consistent, you will thrive. You will do so well in this business, and I cannot wait to watch you do it. Anyways, I hope you have a good night.